Listen to me very carefully. What I'm about to tell you will make the difference between retiring with dignity or working until you're 75 years old, broken and bitter. The average American loses $1.2 million over their lifetime by investing the wrong way. That's not a typo. $1.2 million vanishes because they listen to their broke brother-in-law at Thanksgiving instead of following a proven plan that actually works. You know what makes me angrier than anything? Watching good, hard-working people get destroyed by Wall Street wolves who promise them quick riches. I've been doing this for 30 years, and I've seen families lose everything because someone convinced them that cryptocurrency or day trading or some hot stock tip was their ticket to wealth. It's not. It never was. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to invest without gambling your family's future away. If you've ever lost sleep worrying about your investments or wondered if you're doing this whole money thing wrong, hit that subscribe button right now because we're about to change your financial destiny. And I mean that. This isn't some get-rich-quick scheme. This is about building real wealth that lasts generations. Here's what nobody wants to tell you about investing. The financial industry makes billions of dollars keeping you confused and scared. They want you to believe that investing is complicated, that you need their expensive expertise, that you can't possibly understand it on your own. That's garbage, and they know it. Most people believe that to make money in the market, you need to take big risks. They think investing means checking your phone every 5 minutes, watching those little green and red numbers, feeling your heart race every time the market dips. They believe the lie that you need to find the next Amazon or Tesla to get rich. This is the trap that keeps 78% of Americans living paycheck to paycheck, even when they're making good money. You've been taught that investing is like going to Vegas. Put your money on red or black and hope for the best. Your coworker tells you about this cryptocurrency that's about to explode. Your neighbor made a fortune on some biotech stock. The talking heads on TV are screaming about market crashes and bull runs. And there you sit, paralyzed, either too scared to invest at all or throwing money at things you don't understand because everyone else seems to be getting rich except you. Let me validate something for you right now. If you feel overwhelmed by investing, you're not stupid. You're normal. The system is designed to make you feel this way. But here's the truth that Wall Street doesn't want you to know. Building wealth through investing is actually simple. Not easy, but simple. There's a massive difference. By the end of this video, you're going to have something 95% of Americans don't have. A clear, proven investment strategy that removes the gambling and replaces it with predictable wealth building. You're going to understand exactly where to put your money, how much to invest, and most importantly, how to do it without losing sleep at night. I'm going to transform you from someone who's either scared of the market or addicted to the thrill of risky trades into a confident, systematic wealth builder. You're going from confusion to clarity, from fear to control, from hoping you'll have enough to retire to knowing with certainty that you will. This isn't theory. This is the exact system I've used to build my own wealth after going completely broke. This is what millions of people have used to become everyday millionaires, not overnight millionaires, everyday millionaires, the boring kind who drive paid-for cars and live in paid-for houses and never worry about money again. Let me start with something that might shock you. The first rule of investing without risk has nothing to do with investing at all. You don't invest a dime until you've completed what I call the defensive plays. This is where 90% of people screw up before they even start. First, you need $1,000 in a starter emergency fund. I don't care if you have to sell everything but the kids to get it. This $1,000 is your shield against Murphy, because Murphy will move into your spare bedroom the moment you start investing without protection. Your car will break down, the water heater will explode. Without that emergency fund, you'll have to cash out your investments at the worst possible time, and you'll lose money. That's not investing, that's stupidity. Second, you pay off all consumer debt except your house. I can already hear some of you arguing with me through the screen. But Dave, my credit card is only 4% interest, and I can make 10% in the market. No, you can't. You think you can, but you can't, consistently. And even if you could, you're not factoring in risk. When you have debt, you're investing with borrowed money, which means you're investing with risk on top of risk. It's like building a house on quicksand. Here's what people don't understand about debt and investing. When you have payments, you don't have wealth-building power. The average American car payment is $700 a month. If you invested that car payment from age 30 to age 65 in decent growth stock mutual funds, you'd have over $2 million. But instead, you're giving it to the bank for a depreciating asset that'll be worthless in 10 years. Once you're debt-free, except the house, then you build a full emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses. This isn't your investment money. This is your insurance against life. This sits in a boring money market account, earning almost nothing, and you never touch it unless there's a real emergency. And PlayStation 5 going on sale is not an emergency. Now, and only now, are you ready to invest? And here's where I'm going to blow your mind with how simple this actually is. You invest 15% of your household income into retirement. Not 5%, not 25%, 15%. This is the sweet spot that allows you to build serious wealth while still living your life today. Where do you put this 15%? This is where Wall Street wants to complicate everything with their fancy terms and complex strategies, but I'm going to make this so simple a fifth grader could do it. First, you invest in your company's 401k up to the match. If your company matches 4%, you put in 4%. That's free money. If you're not taking the match, you're walking past $100 bills on the sidewalk. That's not smart, that's stupid. Have you ever walked away from free money? Drop a comment and tell me about a time you missed out on something obvious. Sometimes we need to see our mistakes to fix them. After you've captured the match, you max out a Roth IRA. Currently, that's $7,000 a year if you're under 50. The Roth IRA is the best investment vehicle ever created for the middle class. You pay taxes on the money now, but it grows tax-free and you pull it out tax-free in retirement. If you invest $7,000 a year from age 30 to age 60 in good growth stock mutual funds, you'll have over $2 million that you never pay taxes on. The government is literally giving you a way to become a tax-free millionaire, and most people ignore it because they'd rather lease a BMW. If 15% of your income is more than the 401k match plus the Roth IRA maximum, then you go back to your 401k and invest the rest there until you hit that 15%. Now here's the part that makes financial advisors lose their minds. What do you invest in? 4 types of mutual funds, equally distributed. 25% in growth, 25% in growth and income, 25% in aggressive growth, and 25% in international. That's it. That's the whole strategy. But Dave, what about bonds? Bonds are for people who like to get poor slowly. In the last 90 years, the stock market has averaged around 10% annual returns. Bonds have averaged around 5%. That might not sound like a big difference, but over 30 years, that difference is millions of dollars. At your age, whatever age you are, if you're under 65, you don't need the safety of bonds. You need the growth of stocks. But Dave, what about individual stocks? Unless you have hours every day to research companies, read financial statements, and understand market dynamics, individual stocks are gambling. You might. Mutual funds spread your risk across hundreds of companies. If one company goes bankrupt, you barely feel it. If you own individual stock in that company, you're wiped out. Let me paint a picture of what this looks like in real life. Meet Jennifer. She's 35 years old, makes $60,000 a year. She follows this plan exactly. She invests 15%, which is $9,000 a year or $750 a month. She puts it in those 4 types of mutual funds I mentioned. She doesn't touch it. She doesn't panic when the market drops. She doesn't get greedy when the market soars. She just keeps investing $750 every single month like clockwork. When Jennifer turns 65, Assuming a 10% average return, which is less than the market's historical average, she has $2.3 million. She didn't day trade, she didn't buy Bitcoin, she didn't find the next big thing. She just consistently invested in boring mutual funds month after month after month. But here's what Jennifer also didn't do. She didn't check her balance every day. She didn't panic sell in 2008 when everyone was screaming about the end of the financial world. She didn't try to time the market in 2020 when COVID hit. She understood something that most people never learn. The market will go up and down in the short term, but over any 20-year period in history, it has always gone up. What's the biggest investment mistake you've ever made? Share it in the comments. I guarantee you're not alone, and your story might help someone else avoid the same mistake.
This is where people mess up. They see the market drop 20% and they sell everything. You know what that's called? Locking in your losses. When the market drops, stocks are on sale. If Walmart announced everything in the store was 20% off, would you run away scared or would you go shopping? Same principle. The financial media makes money by scaring you. Every day there's a new crisis, a new reason to panic. They need you glued to the screen, terrified about your money. Turn it off, all of it. You don't need to know what the market did today. You need to know what it'll do over the next 30 years. And I'll tell you what it'll do. It'll go up. Here's what breaks my heart. I talk to 70-year-olds every day who are eating cat food because they never invested. They worked their whole lives and they have nothing to show for it. They believed the lie that investing was too risky, so they kept their money in savings accounts, earning 0.01% interest while inflation ate them alive. Then, I talked to 30-year-olds who were day trading on their phones, treating the stock market like a casino. They're up $50,000 one month and down $70,000 the next. They can't sleep. Their marriages are falling apart. They're addicted to the high of the trade, but they're not building wealth. They're destroying it. You're at a crossroads right now. You can keep doing what you've been doing, which is either nothing or the wrong thing, or you can decide today, right now, that you're going to build wealth the proven way, the boring way, the way that actually works. Most people will click away from this video and forget everything I said within an hour. They'll go back to their financial chaos, their sleepless nights, their money stress. They'll retire broke, dependent on Social Security and their kids' charity. But you've got the plan now. You've got the knowledge. The only question is whether you have the guts to execute it. Let me summarize this for you one more time, because this is your financial future we're talking about. Get $1,000 saved. Pay off all debt except your house. Build 3 to 6 months of expenses in savings. Then invest 15% of your income in 4 types of growth stock mutual funds through your 401k and Roth IRA. Do this every month without fail, regardless of what the market is doing. That's it. That's the secret to investing without risk. This isn't sexy, it's not exciting, you won't impress anyone at cocktail parties talking about your diversified mutual fund portfolio. But you know what is sexy? Being 65 years old with $3 million in retirement accounts. You know what's exciting? Never worrying about money again. You know what impresses people? Changing your family tree forever. The difference between wealthy people and broke people is not intelligence. It's not luck. It's not even income, because I know millionaires who never made more than $50,000 a year. The difference is that wealthy people do wealthy people things, and broke people do broke people things. Wealthy people invest consistently in things they understand. Broke people either don't invest at all or gamble on things they don't understand. Here's my challenge to you. What's the first step you're going to take today? Are you going to open that Roth IRA? Are you going to increase your 401k contribution? Are you going to stop the individual stock madness and move to mutual funds? Write it in the comments right now. Make a public commitment, because when you write it down and tell others, you're 70% more likely to actually do it. If you're ready to stop playing games with your financial future and start building real wealth, Hit that subscribe button and notification bell. Every week, I'm going to show you exactly how to win with money. Not win the lottery, not win on a lucky stock pick, but actually win. Build wealth, create security, leave a legacy. Remember, you're not too old to start and you're not too broke to start, but you are too smart to wait another day. Personal finance is 80% behavior and only 20% head knowledge. You've got the knowledge now. The question is, do you have the courage to change your behavior? This is your moment. You can be the person who turns their family's financial tree around. You can be the one who breaks the cycle of money stress and paycheck-to-paycheck living. You can be the everyday millionaire that nobody sees coming. But it starts with a decision. Make that decision right now. The paid-off home mortgage, the comfortable retirement, the ability to give generously and leave a legacy, it's all possible and it's all within your reach. But you have to stop gambling and start investing. You have to stop hoping and start planning. You have to stop listening to broke people and start following proven principles. Your future self is depending on the decision you make today. Don't let them down.